Hello, Walking the Ropes fans. I am Blake, and welcome to the next episode of Walking the Ropes Wrestling Review for AEW Dynamite from Boston, Massachusetts. In today's show, we have an epic, hard-hitting match, a title is on the line, a score gets settled, then quickly reset, and long-term storytelling at its finest. But before that, make sure to check out the Walking the Ropes link tree for all things Walking the Ropes. And to open the show, we had a singles match between CM Punk versus Bobby Fish. This is a match I want more than I realized, and I want it more often than I realized. I wouldn't mind if we get this match again and again. It is something that I absolutely adore to see all the time. CM Punk and Bobby Fish are two fantastic MMA trained athletes, and they both look to display this as they have a feeling out process to start out, and both men try to figure each other out. Then it seems like a switch flips inside of Bobby as he starts targeting the knee of CM Punk, tripping him up and then hitting multiple dragon screw, I don't know if you call them like a knee breaker or whatever, to take firm control here. And Bobby is taking the slow, methodical pace, wanting to inflict damage on Punk as he dumps him to the outside. And quickly back in the ring and on top of the ropes, Bobby gets dumped off and Punk hits an elbow drop, standing on one leg. Punk looks like he's ready to finish it off, but Bobby catches the GTS and looks for a big kick, but Punk stops him, hits the GTS, but as 3 hits, Bobby Fish gets his shoulder up. It adds a bit of confusion to pretty much a perfect match. It's unclear what happened here, as nothing is really said or built upon. The announcers tried to kind of pass it off quickly. But either way, CM Punk won, and he defeated Bobby Fish. For my Malteser scale, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. It was a solid match. I enjoyed it. Just a bit of confusion, and like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing this match again. So if that's the plan, then more power to it. Moving on from that, though, Malachi Black talks about what happened and says that this was not about pinfalls. In the end, the house always wins. We then get a singles match, MJF versus Bryce Donovan. MJF makes quick work of Bryce, tossing him into the corner and then hitting the Heat Seeker for the win. I gave this for my Malteser scale a 1 out of 5. I mean, it was too quick of a match to really even call it a match. I don't think it was necessary to give MJF a win here. He could have just came out and did what he did after the match, which is he got on the mic and talks down Boston and then talks about Darby. Talks about his destiny. He is the future world champion, and then says, or then has Sting's music hit, and it's the reason I say he has it is because it all seems like Sting's coming out, but then MJF just starts to laugh as the music cuts. MJF, Wardlow, and Sean Spears all laugh. Then the lights go out, and he thinks Spears is playing a joke, and a video comes up showing Darby laying someone out in an MJF mask, putting them through a table. And then Sting appears in the ring and takes out Spears and Wardlow, and Darby appears in the crowd and jumps MJF, and then says at Full Gear he's going to face MJF. Moving on from that, Britt Baker talks with Tony Schiavone, and he says that she has a match with Abaddon on Rampage in a trick-or-treat match. If she loses, Abaddon gets a title shot, but the treat is that it's a no DQ match. Then we get the TNT Championship match. Sammy Guevara defending against Ethan Page. And if Sammy loses this match, he has to leave the Inner Circle. Sammy starts sprinting down the ramp right away. He wastes no time going for Page. Before the match can even start, he's beating him around the ring. And finally, we do get a start to this match. In the ring, the pace doesn't slow down from there. They exchange shots. Ethan eventually does stop Sammy on the top rope and hits a backbreaker off of the top turnbuckle. Sammy then comes back to life and hits a springboard cutter, followed by a Spanish fly for a near fall. Sammy then hits a shooting star press to the outside and looks like he's ready to finish it in the ring. But Page stops him and tosses him across the ring and then slams him down for a near fall. This match is going a mile a minute as these two men prove just how important the TNT title is to them. As Sammy almost gets hit with the Ego's Edge, he then rolls up Ethan Page for the win. Sammy Guevara defeats Ethan Page to retain the TNT Championship. For my Malteser scale, I gave this a 3.75 out of 5. I enjoyed this match, I really did, and I love that it had that kind of quick finish because Page will pawn it off as it was nothing, and Sammy's got his title still, and the match we wanted is happening at Full Gear. After the match, Scorpio Sky comes out to jump Sammy, and the Inner Circle makes the save. They remind them how that now the 5-on-5 is official, and it is now a Minneapolis street fight. Next week, they will pick the 3 members of American Top Team to be in the match. Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson talk about their match, and Eddie says that Bryan has no idea who he is, and he leaves. Bryan says that he's been through it too, and he will beat Eddie as well. The Lucha Brothers lay down a challenge to FDR, and they say they are going to put their titles on the line at Full Gear. We then get the TBS Women's Championship Tournament match. Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. Shida is still hunting down that 50th win that she feels Deeb stole from her. She wastes no time as she takes it right to Deeb, hitting a suplex from the outside to the inside. Deeb, though, is a former NWA Women's Champion, and she comes back and targets Shida's knee. Shida, though, has a heart of a champion, hitting a big kick followed by another for a near fall. She then goes for the Tamashi, but Deeb stops her and then goes outside. Deeb continues to target the knee as she locks in the figure 4 into on the ring post. And then back in the ring, Deeb locks in an inverted figure 4, but Shida fights to the ropes, and Deeb grabs the plaque that Shida brought to the ring, her 50th win that she hasn't gotten yet. And she goes to hit Shida with it, but she is stopped, and Shida goes to do the same, but decides to not do that and hands it to the ref, and during the ref putting it off in the corner, she gets poked in the eye and rolled up, but Shida fights out, slips out of detox, and rolls up Deeb for the win. Hikaru Shida defeats Serena Deeb to move on to face Nyla Rose in the next round of the TBS tournament. For my Malteser scale, I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the story that was going on in this match, the want to win from Shida and the need to just dominate from Serena. It was amazing. After the match, Deeb jumps Shida and starts targeting her knee, and it looks like Shida may not be able to face Nyla now. We then get Tony Schiavone talking about how instead of the tag team match with the Sydal brothers, it will be a singles match with Dante Martin versus Matt Sydal again. This will be the third meeting between these two. Rush says that Dante will come out on top this time. It seems almost like a threat rather than a promise, but I don't know. The AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament match. Dark Order's 10 versus Jon Moxley. And Jon Moxley looks pissed off as he makes his way to the ring, pushing a fan out of the way, and then goes after 10 right away, and Moxley jumps 10 outside and then sends him into the steps and rips at his mask. Moxley, I can't see this any other way. He is 100% turning heel soon. He's biting at 10's now exposed face, and then shoves 10 face first into the ring post, and 10 is gushing blood. It seems to give him life, though, as he does hit a pump kick, but Moxley explodes out of the corner, hitting a big clothesline, followed by the paradigm shift, and that is the end of that. Jon Moxley defeats Dark Order's 10 to move on to face Orange Cassidy in the next round of the Eliminator Tournament. For my Malteser scale, I gave this a 2 out of 5, pretty much for the same reason of MJF's 1 out of 5. It was really quick, and I don't know if it was necessary. I mean, kind of makes 10, like 10 came out strong, obviously, but it kind of made 10 look a little weak, and I hope that we're going to do something to have that not really happen again. After the match, though, FTR is shown talking about the Lucha Brothers challenge, and they say they accept it, and at Full Gear, the Lucha Brothers will have to fight for their lives. Cody Rhodes then makes his way to the ring and says he hears the fans. Says that he hit a Tiger Driver 98, but he thought of using a different move. If you don't know what move he was referring to the pedigree. And says he didn't do it because it is too easy. Says he could have done it to take his plate, like to bury the shovel and like do all that, because he runs the company, all that. But says it was too easy. Says the fans have a right to do whatever they want, but don't forget who helped built this place. And ask the fans to put their feet in his shoes, and then literally tosses his shoes into the crowd. Talks about everything he had to live up to in his life, his brother, his dad, his wife, and says that because of this, he loves everyone too much, and he will not turn. Says he's sorry for everything he's done over the last while, tells Arn it is an honor to stand in the ring with him. And then Andrade El Idolo comes out and makes... and then says that people don't like Cody, just like they don't care about Andrade, but he doesn't care about them either. Says Cody has made many mistakes, but if he wants, he can make Cody his little bitch. I kind of liked that. The way Andrade speaks, the broken English, it just made it really work. This whole promo, I really did enjoy it. The lights go out, and then Malachi Black comes out and spits the mist in Cody's face. Andrade and Jose jump Arn as Pac comes out to make the save there, taking out Black, and then Andrade. Pac mocks Malachi as they are separated. He does the springboard off the ropes and sits down. We then get the 8-man tag team main event match, The Elite versus the Dark Order, and the Dark Order comes out dressed in costumes. Stu is Kratos, Johnny is Bambi, because Johnny likes Bambi. Colt is Brandon Cutler, which I thought was hilarious. Uno, Alex, and Five are cowboys with a horse, and it's unclear who the horse is because we've seen all the members of the Elite tonight, or the Dark Order tonight. The Elite, though, on the other hand, are Ghostbusters, and their cronies are Michael Nakazawa in a inflatable baby costume, and someone, presumably Brandon Cutler, in Puff Marshmallow Man blow-up costume. This match is the Dark Order trying to wear down the Elite so they can't interfere with Adam Page's title match. That's basically what we've been getting with these matches, what we've been told about these matches. The Elite use the baby and their numbers to their advantage, but the Dark Order mocks the Elite, and this match is really, again, going a mile a minute. It is hard to keep up with who is the legal man. The Elite double teams Stu, and Stu has to fight his way out of 4 men, and then fights to the tag. Colt comes in, clears the ring out using the Elite against each other. Johnny goes on his run around the ring, and then gets in the ring and eats super kicks, and then gets taken out, and everyone starts to take out everyone. The ref even gets taken out when the Elite start to do their Elite thing, and they hit low blows on everyone. And then they do a proton pack sandwich, so the 4 of them all ran at the Elite, or at the Dark Order in the middle, and they turn and smash the proton packs into them. And then they put the proton packs on the ground and powerbomb Colt through them. And then the 3 members of the Dark Order make their way out. The 3 that kind of went back. The horse, and then Alex and Alex and Alan. And then they come out they're quickly dealt with. The Elite bring in the horse and hit the BTE trigger, and it's revealed that the horse is Brandon Cutler. And if he's Brandon Cutler, then who's the Marshmallow Man? Well, standing behind Matt is the Marshmallow Man, Adam Page. He takes out Matt, and then has John Silver hit the Spin Doctor for the win, and the Dark Order defeats the Elite. Their cheating ways did not prosper this time. Malteser scale, I gave it a 4.25 out of 5. I loved it. It was so fun. This is long-term storytelling at its finest. This has been building for almost 2 years now, as Hangman is coming out to the end of this beautiful redemption story where he will undoubtedly become the AEW World Champion at Full Gear. My overall for the show, I give it a 4 out of 5. Awesome show. I can't get enough of AEW anymore. I just love it. My match of the night, it's the TNT Championship match. It was beautifully done. I really did enjoy it. My segment of the night goes to the Inner Circle segment that set up for after the TNT title match. And then my performers of the night, it goes to the Dark Order and the Elite, because what they have been doing since the beginning of AEW, really, it's just been amazing, and I love it. I'm so happy with this. But that is all for this episode of Walking the Ropes Wrestling Review. Thank you all for dropping in. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload a video. And I will see you in the next one.